If you thought the MrBeast situation couldn't get any worse, think again, because new allegations just dropped, and this time they're wild. First off, let's give you a quick rundown of what's been going on. Well, it all started when contestants from MrBeast's Amazon show Beast Games began coming forward with some pretty serious accusations. These contestants are now filing lawsuits claiming that the working conditions during filming were nothing short of a nightmare. 5 of the contestants are leading a class action lawsuit, alleging a whole range of issues, from unsafe working conditions to unpaid wages and even emotional distress. One of the most shocking claims comes from a female contestant who described the atmosphere on set as hostile, particularly towards women. She says that instead of the fun, competitive environment they were promised, contestants were treated like objects and subjected to conditions that were not only unsafe, but degrading. Contestants reportedly faced extreme conditions, with some hospitalized due to injuries that weren't treated seriously. They claim medical care was denied, and the intense stress from the challenges triggered panic attacks, pushing them beyond their physical and mental limits. These issues aren't isolated. The lawsuit alleges a pattern of negligence and cost-cutting by MrBeast's production company. Contestants say safety measures were ignored, and medical attention was delayed until situations became severe. In one case, a contestant injured by a collapsing set piece was left to cope without immediate medical help. Contestants also accused the production of not meeting legal obligations, like paying minimum wage and overtime. One plaintiff says that promised wages were never delivered, leaving them feeling exploited and cheated, sometimes dealing with the health issues from the show. Worsening matters, the production company allegedly continued filming despite safety warnings, disregarding the well-being of contestants and the crew. This has fueled the lawsuit, which continues to grow as more people come forward. What was meant to be a game-changing show for MrBeast has turned into a legal and PR disaster. The lawsuit seeks damages for financial hardships as well as emotional and physical tolls on contestants. If proven true, these allegations could significantly hurt MrBeast's empire. Adding to the initial lawsuit, more problems arise as former employees, collaborators, and participants from other MrBeast projects also speak out. They claim their experiences were far from the wholesome, charitable image portrayed on his YouTube channel. New allegations depict a toxic workplace culture at MrBeast Philanthropy and MrBeast Productions, extending beyond Beast Games. Key points include claims of verbal abuse and intense pressure faced by employees during various YouTube productions. Former editors, producers, and camera operators accused the production of creating a highly stressful environment with grueling hours, lacking proper breaks or compensation. One former video editor actually came forward and stated that the impossible deadlines of dealing with the constant content demands led to frequent burnout. Quote, "It was like being on a hamster wheel," noting that the mistakes often led to public humiliation, like in front of the whole team. These mistreatment claims aren't new. Insiders suggest a long-standing culture of silence, with employees being too intimidated to speak out. Some described a cult-like atmosphere, where criticism led to punishment like firing or sidelining. Others stayed quiet due to the passion for the work, but found that the environment was too toxic to continue. But wait, it gets even worse, because a former producer actually came forward and alleges that MrBeast's charitable acts weren't always transparent. He claims that philanthropy videos were staged or heavily scripted, with participants receiving less than portrayed or waiting months for promised aid. They also claim that some giveaways weren't fully funded by MrBeast, but subsidized by sponsors. While not inherently problematic, the issue is that MrBeast content portrays these acts as entirely self-funded, which obviously raises transparency questions. While sponsorships are common, the issue is perception versus reality. When a brand is built on giving back, cracks in the facade have serious consequences. Okay, now that you know about the backstory, let's explore more specific examples that have surfaced since the lawsuit. Beyond Beast Games, participants from other challenges speak up. A contestant from the Last to Leave the Circle video revealed that the experience was borderline torture, claiming harsh conditions lasting longer than the show, limited food, water, and bathroom access. "I was so mentally and physically drained, I just wanted to leave," he said. One participant with a leg injury was told to walk it off, with no medical professional on site. They had to wait until filming ended to seek care at their own expense. Allegations suggest that some of the challenges were rigged. A participant in the Squid Game recreation claimed that videos were predetermined and some were coached. And I quote, It felt like the whole thing was rigged from the start. Central to the lawsuit is the claim that many contestants and employees were never compensated for their time. Allegations of unpaid wages extend beyond Beast Games, with former contractors stating that they were promised payment but never received it. "We worked insane hours, sometimes 16-hour days, only to be ghosted when it came to be paid." A former videographer said, "It felt like we were just disposable tools to make the next viral video." Despite mounting allegations, MrBeast has remained silent. His legal team issues a standard no comment, stating they will address the claims in court. Fans and critics alike are growing impatient, some wondering if he'll address the issues in a future video, as he's done with past controversies. Others fear he may be trying to sweep everything under the rug, hoping it'll blow over. Now, given the severity of these allegations, the situation is unlikely to fade away soon. As more people come forward, the scandal grows, intensifying pressure on MrBeast and his team. While his legal team denies the allegations, Jimmy himself has been quiet on all his platforms. This fuels speculations. Some fans wonder why he hasn't issued a statement, while others see it as avoidance. Staying silent is risky. Addressing the allegations prematurely could harm his legal defense, but prolonged silence may erode public trust, especially when his brand is built on authenticity. Now, what are the legal ramifications of all of this? A court ruling against him would be a PR disaster, and even an out-of-court settlement might cause irreparable damage. The main issue for him is the fact that his brand partnerships are now in jeopardy. His large-scale productions rely heavily on brand deals and sponsorships. Brands may start to distance themselves and avoid association with the controversy. If sponsorships are involved in alleged misleading or rigged competitions, they might obviously reconsider future partnerships and hurt his ability to fund projects and diminish his credibility. YouTube could also step in. They have distanced themselves from those embroiled in controversy in the past. We saw this with Logan Paul, and losing YouTube support would be a major blow for MrBeast. Cancel culture plays a significant role in all of this. MrBeast has had a relatively clean record, but public tolerance for scandal is low. Some fans argue that he has enough goodwill to survive, while others believe that the allegations are way too severe. His survival may depend on how he handles the situation. A genuine apology and actionable changes might help regain trust. Continued silence or dismissal could lead to a more permanent cancellation. All we know for now is that the future of his philanthropic efforts is uncertain. Some question the transparency of his charity work. If donations were exaggerated for views, it could undermine public trust and hinder future campaigns. Can MrBeast make a comeback? Well, his brand is at a critical crossroads. I think what he's doing right now is just uploading as much as possible to try to sweep it under the rug. Like he's basically trying to outwork it. His response in the coming months will determine his future's career. Addressing the allegations head on, apologizing, and making meaningful changes could help him rebuild his brand. Staying silent, however, risks losing everything he's built. So the next few months are crucial. Time will tell whether this saga marks the end of his reign as YouTube's biggest philanthropist or lead to a more transparent, responsible, and newly built MrBeast.